That belongs in a museum.
A way to deal with a Mal'Ganis using his board here. And I guess his answer to that is just to play his own Mal'Ganis here and life tap. This is a very, very interesting play. He's getting 9-7 on the board. BGH has been seen, Siphon Soul has been seen, so he is going to expect a lot of value out of this Mal'Ganis here, but if Saiyan wants to go for the board control play here, he has 1 mana, replace your opponent's Mal'Ganis with a Mal'Ganis of your own in the form of Power Overwhelming.
Oh, he could have got Doomguard as well, but here's the Shadow Bolt come into play. Seems good. He can just straight up remove Mal'Ganis or the rest of it while saving on that PO, which is actually important because, as we've said multiple times, in this kind of matchup, being able to just have more reach than your opponent is huge because they cannot play around with their life as much. Now, Lifecoach is in a rough position as he can just slam both heal bots potentially just to be... That would be kind of hilarious. Or Hellfire Taunt comes out of the Shredder. Oh no, he could still dart on the Taunt, right?
Yeah, that's actually a real consideration though. He could like tap first and then try and Hellfire and a Taunt comes out. He is going to go ahead and Hellfire. No Taunt minion, just a Crazed Alchemist. So having now cast that Hellfire, I have to suspect he's going to Doomguard this Mal'Ganis.
He almost has to, right? There's no way in which you can leave it up now. Because then you just dealt...
One of the heal bots goes. That's kind of a big deal when he's staring at Power Overwhelming and Doomguard from his opponent. And that is exactly 14 damage with the Dart Bomb top deck. He had it anyway with the Hellfire. We'll see if he decides to use the top deck here instead. He in fact does. Good job. Good job tilting your opponent there, Sam. Excellently done.
Yeah, and then we saw the pretty much the Power Void Caller there, just getting that Mal'Ganis and being the
strongest 3-drops in the game for sure. Shadow Bolt just deals with it cleanly, allows him to tempo out and gain initiative on the board with the Piloted Shredder. So.
Yeah, although I'm a little bit disappointed in Lifecoach that Onyxia isn't gold. I expect nothing less except for a full golden decks from Lifecoach. So I'm going to PM him after this and be like, what's going on, mate? But yeah, he has joined to Shield Maiden, so as you said, it's very much a hybrid of sort of Control Warrior style, but with the dragons teched in for some more aggressive options. Holy hell!
Crusher of Dreams! Yeah. The Patient Assassin has come out here. As far as I know, the AoE in this list, from what I remember of seeing Lifecoach play it, which was a very, very long time ago now in the tournament that I'm thinking of, there actually isn't a great deal of AoE in the deck, so the potential for Saiyan to get greedy with that Patient Assassin is pretty real, but he would have to have a pretty serious read on the deck list to leave a 1-1 superpowered minion like that in stealth against a warrior that could have Whirlwind, could have Revenge, could have a Death Spite.
And also, he didn't really have a great way to deal with the Drake.
Right.
Whereas that gave him a perfect way to It's difficult to play around cards you don't know in the deck, and speaking of Varian, I am a Prophet, and it did get drawn into his hand, so this is pretty nice because the Onyxia beforehand kind of almost like says, do you have AoE to clear the board? And if you do, then great, Varian comes out next, AoE me again.
Yeah, that's very true, and it also draws out the Big Game Hunter for the 7/7 body itself in the first place, so there's a lot of good things happening with this Onyxia here, but just thinking about whether Saiyan recognizes this deck, I think Saiyan is very much a student of the game, so to speak. He has a very broad understanding of niche decks and the sub meta, if you like, of what people are playing that isn't necessarily very highly exposed. So I think he may have some inclination of this deck's existence and know generally what he's playing around, but yeah, not a deck you were probably expecting to come up against in this tournament.
And Shadow Flame is huge. PO, Shadow Flame, and the likelihood that if Varian comes down this turn, minions will survive, and I'm looking at that BGH. Oh my god. This is going to be very crazy. Depending on what comes out, I don't know Lifecoach's deck in and out, to be honest. So I'm not sure what's in there to actually just drop on their board, but I imagine a lot of it doesn't have much more than 8 health.
From Saiyan's perspective, he wants as much value as possible to come out of this deck right now. And Lifecoach actually just misplayed, right?
He should have traded in a 1-1,
He didn't make the space on his deck, so yeah. So it's possible that he just had a brain fart and didn't realize he didn't have enough space on the board. But there's also very deliberate considerations, because there are a lot of Battlecry minions in the deck that have benefits when you play them from the hand, and also all 3 minions hitting the board becomes a devastating Twisting Nether or Shadow.
And also, like, 2 out of the 3 minions were battle cries. So, you know, like, the odds were there. And like you said, maybe this was just a really good call to just not play into AoE, because with this board, it's not like the board's weak, right? So, like, with this board, do you need to play into AoE? Probably not. But we are going to see a 7 attack onto the Earthen Ring party that was damaged anyway. He already did his job. He went out with a bang, cleared the whole board, and now it's the onus is definitely on Lifecoach to do something to even this game out, because look at all the cards in Just Saying's hand. It's not like he's running low.
Nope. Hand packed full of value right now, just threat after threat after threat, and honestly, this is pretty much my experience of Lifecoach playing with this deck. This is, it never really... Not sure what the delay is.
Yeah, there's 19, right? Did I count it right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think he's just called it. That looked like a moment of counting from his hand there. What's he thinking about? I mean, he can still do it. He still has 8 mana.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, like... Oh,
he still has 8 mana.
YOLO tap, why not?
Right, sure.
He just...
he was...
less chance of discarding...
No. I'll tell you what he was doing. He was tapping to draw exactly Dark Bomb, so he didn't have to reveal the Arcane Golem.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking about. Like, was there any card
Implosion that turn to deal with the 6/2? So Lifecoach might quite fairly think that his opponent's hand is very removal light. So he might feel comfortable that the Gadgetzan can stick here if he saps, but we see that, you know, Gadgetzan's sap would leave a 1/1 on the board after he chops down the other one with the dagger, and that means that Hellfire will be able to clear up. So it's a risky play for sure, but I think if you're Lifecoach, you can get a read on your opponent's hand that makes it valid. But he's just going to go ahead and keep control of the board here, try and get a better board than this set up for Gadgetzan auctioning.
And he does draw a prep,
Ooh,
which is actually...
He would have ripped the prep off the Gadgetzan sap.
Wow. Well, he didn't know that, right? And obviously, this is the more sort of steady, safer play. The only problem now is, like, Just Saying not really even having to Hellfire because he's pretty confident about this Belcher. He's seen both saps, so it's not getting, like, easily dealt with so little cards in the hand, but prep into Boom, not what Lifecoach was after. And I think Lifecoach's face displays his disagreement at that prep.
Yeah, Hearthstone players everywhere rejoice that prep Boom does not work. You cannot play a 4-mana Boom in Rogue.
That's pretty horrible. And the Hellfire not doing too much to Just Saying, as he can play Hellfire, coil off the Gadgetzan and go straight into Reno. And this is slowly feeling like for Lifecoach that this game's slipping out of his hands.
Yeah. And 5 more damage pushed from the minions, so there is pretty much no way out of this for Lifecoach. He is going to give it up, and that is a quick 3-0 for Just Saying. Just Saying